listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle in the building, and we are hotter than ever. We are hotter than fire. We're hotter than lava. We're hotter than anything you know. You know who's in the building. Rich Sizzle's in the building. I'm G Sizzle. And listen, let's get ready to do the Hot 5 and 5. Let's do it real quick. Let's run through the Hot 5 and 5, the hottest topics going on right now in sports that you need to know about. So number one on the Hot 5 and 5 is the NBA deadline is near. I want to say February 10th, one of the greatest days in American history. It is going to be the NBA deadline. People are going to be moving, grooving. It's probably ain't nobody going nowhere, but they just want to let you know that they're going to be shipping some people in and shipping some people out. And maybe the Bulls may find somebody that they like at the deadline.
Who do you think is going to be on the move?
One of the big names is Russell Westbrook right now, but I don't know how you can move him. You got Bradley Beal out there, and you've got Sabonis from the Pacers. It's a lot of people that are trying to get moved, but I don't know if you got the space to do all of that.
Ooh, well, I mean, what are you going to move them with and for? If you're a Lakers fan, that's about the only thing you can move. And does anybody want that right now? If you're looking at a player to that kind of caliber, you're kind of thinking to yourself, you want to win now. But if you want to win now, what are the Lakers going to get in return or exchange? They don't have any draft picks. Mm-hmm. So they can't say, we'll give you Westbrook if, you give us this or that. I mean, I guess they can, but then that hurts their team because they don't have anybody behind Westbrook to step up. So that can be problematic. Rumor that John Wall might have been on the move for Russell Westbrook in Houston, but Houston wants an overhaul of future draft. So that'll really put the Lakers in a bind because then they won't have a first round draft pick for like the next 15 years or something like that. So,
yeah, it's a bad situation. And right now, if you can't move John Wall's contract, you can't move a Westbrook's contract it's massive. And I don't even think it's a deal you can make at a deadline. That has to be something that is during the offseason. Same thing with Ben Simmons. I don't think that you can lightly trade those contracts quickly and try and maneuver around. So I don't know what you get. But one thing,
if you want to win now. If you're trying to win now, you can't do it.
No, there's no way that you can move those contracts and feel that you're going to get out of there safely with the contracts that you have. So the next thing on the Hot 5 and 5 is that it came out last night and then earlier today that the reports were that the WNBA has the largest cash infusion, the largest investment. They had secured $75 million. Then as we learn later on, that $75 million, one of the partnerships is with Nike. Nike is buying a full stock into it to reinvest. This is the largest investment ever in ladies sports, in any ladies sports ever. This is the large one. This sets everybody up for the future. This is going to be great for the WNBA.
Yeah, good for them. Absolutely. It doesn't make sense why your star player who has the same stats as like LeBron James and everything else like that. And are they even making $1 million a year?
In pesos, maybe. They're making it. Yeah, they're not making it in. Yeah, it's sad.
Maybe in Dogecoin or something like that, but they're definitely not making it in dollars.
They are not. But thanks to Nike, they will soon. All right, so that's number 2. But number 3 on the Hot 5 and 5, really what is hot about this is we know that right now, the Bears have priorities. That's right, the Chicago Bears. Their GM, Ryan Poles, has said, we have priorities. There are things we're going to do. There's a plan. There's an agenda. That's more than we ever heard from the other regime. So I'm already excited. Rich, do you think that the Bears have a plan now?
Yeah, everybody got a plan. Like Mike Tyson says, so you get punched in the mouth. I guess I heard today that didn't they pick up the Vikings quarterback coach as their coach?
Yes.
My question to that is, when was the last time the Vikings had a marquee quarterback that put the game on his own shoulders and took him to the promised land alone, minus like somebody like Randy Moss on their team? You coached up Kirk Cousins? That who it was?
If you're the quarterback's coach for Kirk Cousins, something's wrong with you.
Right. And you coached up Bridgewater.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who's past that. I can't think.
And I don't even know if this young man was there for all of that. So hopefully he was there for something better. I mean, it even makes more sense with the wide receivers coach and the new secondary coach, but QB coach?
Yeah. We're talking about a dynamic quarterback that has multitude of different talents. Mm-hmm. Kind of could be a potential jack of all trades person. And you can't limit somebody like that to just throwing or just running or we'll make him a specialty in a Wildcat situation. He's going to need some special tutelage. I don't know if this is the right fit for it when you want to talk about priorities. But I'm a Bears fan. Hey, I'm along for the ride. I've been along for the ride for a long time. I guess ain't nothing going to change.
Yeah, they keep riding us, and so we'll just be rolled off into the wilderness with the Bears this year. But, we talked about it just a few segments ago. The Bulls are in the hunt. They're in the field. They're looking for somebody right now. And one of the names being mentioned is one of the veteran sages, Paul Millsap, who is getting released from his Brooklyn Nets contract. Paul Millsap is a new target for the Bulls to pick up that can fill that 4 spot. They were looking at Paul Millsap before the season. He chose to go with Brooklyn. Things have not worked well in Brooklyn. So right now there's a decision between Brooklyn and the Lakers, between the Bulls and the Lakers. And if I were Paul Millsap, the Bulls would be my choice. But what say you, Rich Sizzle?
If he wants a better chance of winning a championship right now, he's going to go with the Lakers. If he wants to actually compete and feel like he's been part of that competition, he'll go with the Bulls. But stranger things have happened. Millsap should have went to the Bulls earlier. He's obviously in the mindset that he wants to play for a championship contender. That's why he went to the Nets over the Bulls. Let's not forget, in the beginning of the year, we all had question marks. We didn't know what DeRozan had left in the tank. We didn't know if him and Levine were going to play well together. We didn't know what Ball was going to do and things like that. There is definitely a need for Millsap at the Bulls, more so than a need for the Lakers. But if you're looking to win now, and the Lakers have been there, they've done it. They have LeBron James. He knows how to get there. Nobody on the Bulls outside of Caruso, who's hurt, has ever seen a finals. I don't even know if they've even seen a conference finals, let alone the finals. So that's what I guess Millsap questionnaires have to ask yourself. Do you want a chance to win now, or do you want a chance to be part of something? If you want to be part of something, Chi-Town it is. If not, easy road out, go to the Lakers. Worst case scenario, it don't work out. They blame you for it anyway and jettison you in the offseason.
Well, that is the case. And right now, there's one person putting his stamp of approval on everything, and that's Bill Polian. The Bears used a search firm, really, which was Bill Polian. He was the search firm. He was the man behind the wheels. Maybe. I mean, there's talk. But Bill Polian has now released his sentiments and thoughts about Justin Fields, the QB for the Bears. And he said in a statement that he's looking good. He has great mobility, good size, is 6'3", 228, and can run the ball. And highly combative and competitive as a guy. Yes. But
violin. I was waiting on the butt. Where is the butt?
But he also said that
nothing matters until the butt comes. That's the only thing that matters. What is the butt?
And it's a big butt. This is a big butt. He said Justin has a lot of work to do to develop into a first-rate QB. It takes 4 years for a rookie QB to come in and learn the job and be able to be competitive at its highest level in the NFL. That's just a fact. It took Peyton Manning 4 years, and he had more tools to work with than most people. So What we've learned is Bill Polian sees Justin Fields as a good prospect. He has good size, and he thinks he can be something special, but he also knows that it's going to take time, and it's going to take more than the 5 to 6, 7 blue chip players they have. He said you need at least 10 or 12 to be effective in the NFL, Rich. And he's saying that if you give him all those things, he could be great.
Is that not true amongst any quarterback? I'm just saying, if you give any professional quarterback, hypothetically, a top 5 offensive line that will guarantee you have at least 3 seconds in the pocket, if you give a quarterback at least 2 really good receivers and a good tight end and some running backs that can at least push the line, who ain't out there being superstar potential? He's absolutely right about Peyton Manning. He had some great receivers and he had a great offensive line in Indianapolis. But moving forward, there were other quarterbacks that were great. They had a whole lot less. They still had great careers and such. And there are some quarterbacks that just had absolutely nothing and still made a good career, i.e., I hate to put his name out there, Aaron Rodgers. Forever, he's only had like 1 or 2 people at most to throw the ball to. He's made it work. Even your boy, Jay Cutler, when he had Brandon Marshall, for all his follow-ups, things like that, when he stuck to the game plan and stuck with Brandon Marshall, he made it work. So I agree with what he's saying, but what he's saying comes with a lot of caveats that we already know he has to have that he's probably not going to get right now. And 4 years, though, so we're done with year 1. Like we said, this year is probably a wash. So year 3 and 4, we could get there if the Bears stick to the plan of building a team around Fields. But that's a long process. And in 4 years, that defense that you have, that you like so much, players like Khalil Mack and all their other guys at the line, won't be there.
They're going to be bye-bye. They're going to be gone. But maybe in 4 years, if we look at what's gone on in Buffalo and we look at their quarterback situation, at one time we thought that Josh Allen was probably the worst quarterback in the history of man. I don't know if the worst history, but he was not good. Now, 4 years later, he is a dominant force. I know that Mahomes came in and he was a force to be reckoned with early, but he's had his bumps now with some decision-making, as we just saw in the playoffs. So maybe in 4 years, the Bears have a great quarterback and maybe a new home to play their home games in.
Yes.
Yeah, it all might work out.
Talk about Josh Allen. They gave him Stephon Diggs, a difference maker on the field. Same thing with Mahomes. You have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, difference makers on the field. They're not just good, they're great. If you're not dedicated to put somebody that's if you don't want to go get 2 or 3 or 4 good receivers, you have to at least get one great difference maker on the field and let them grab a report. If you're not willing to do that, this conversation's for nothing.
That's true. That's true. Now, that is the truest thing said. And I think we're going to leave it there because that is your hot 5 in 5. Rich, is so much going on in sports. Is so much that people have to talk about. And we don't have the time to all put it in because we just have 5 in 5 time. We don't have a lot of time. But listen, if you want to leave comments, make sure that you leave your comments below. Make sure you tell us what you're thinking and what you're feeling and say, hey, Rich Sizzle, you were right. Or G Sizzle, you're the greatest person ever. And February 10th is the greatest day of all time in the history of man. You can say all of that down in the comment section. You're free to say that. You're free to like, share, and subscribe. So, hey, you know what this is. You know who it is. Rich, I'm going to leave you with the last words. What's your sizzle word for the day?
It's cold. There's no sizzle outside. If you're hot, go outside. You won't be hot for long. Man, and bundle up because there's still more snow coming. I don't know who let the freezer door open, but can they please shut it?
That's all. I just need it to stop snowing right now. I need to get a coffee somewhere.
That's what I need.
Yeah, I need to leave my house right now. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go. In fact, now I'm gonna go now because now you've made me thirsty.
Yeah, bring me back one too.
Okay. God, I gotta get out of here. But you know who it is. You know what it is. You want sugar? Okay. All right. I can do that.
Sugar.
No sugar?
No.
Oh, you like yours dark.
Yeah. Well, a little cream, but no sugar. I don't like that sweet stuff. You know what I'm saying? I still want to taste the coffee.
Yes. That's a new show. How do you like your coffee?
Yeah, cream, no sugar for me, buddy.
Well, thank you. We know that already Rich Sizzle has told you he wants the heavy D style of his black coffee, no sugar, no cream. That's the kind of chicken I need down with my team. I don't think that was the song, but you know who it is. You know what it is. It's the Sizzle, and we will see you, my friend, on the other side. Remember, you can always catch the Sizzle's Hot 5 and 5 right here on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television. Make sure that you subscribed and share this information with someone. Hit the button, the like button, to make sure that you are leaving those like comments. And hey, down below, tell us what you're thinking. Tell us some things you want us to look at, and make sure that you're looking for a brand new episode of The Sizzle, the hottest talk in the 219. Remember, I'm G Sizzle, and I will see you on the other side.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports.